Let me say this today. I have nothing else except the gospel. When the time comes, if the government did not do anything, I will raise an army to defend the northern Christians. I will raise a militant army. I'm saying it openly. I'm not afraid. I will raise a militant army. We will raise an army to defend, not to attack, not to cause assault. But when you come and kill us, we'll be ready to wait for you. I will raise a militant army. There are a lot of activities that have happened in the course of the week, and which many have been DMing, many have been sending me messages on my social media platform and asking, Apostle, you have not said anything about this. Apostle, you have not said anything about it. Apostle, you have not said anything about this. Now, last week Sunday, it was Palm Sunday last week Sunday, and it is a customary thing within the Christian faith that it is a holy week which begins with the Palm Sunday after Lent, and from the Palm Sunday we enter the Good Friday and all the other activities. Unfortunately enough, unfortunately, while many were celebrating Palm Sunday, on that Sunday, the Fulani jihadists were killing Christians in the northern part of Nigeria. In Angwaru, Plateau State, in the evening of that day, they were killing Fulani jihadists and did a lot of nonsense, killing and massacring Christians. Do you know that while that was happening at that same time, another attack was happening in Kagoro, in Kaduna that same night? Now, what I want the world to understand, because I'm speaking to the world, what I want the world to understand, you see, every attack that has happened in different places is usually Fulani jihadists, Fulani men. But this particular one of Jos, it was a combination of both the Hausa and the Fulani community of Jos Plateau State. They intentionally raid hell on the people and they massacred over 30 people unprovoked. It was Easter celebration, it was Palm Sunday that we Christians are supposed to be celebrating and preparing for this Easter, but rather they turn it into mourning. And they put a lot of family into weeping and mourning. Many of you saw it online. And this is not just done by Fulanis. This was a coordinated attack by the Muslim Hausa Fulani community in Jos. And you know the anointing is that I came on this altar and I gave a report. Many of you were here. I said there was going to be an attack. I mentioned Taraba State. I mentioned Kaduna State. And I said they were going to be perpetual attack because they were waiting to finish their Ramadan so that they can attack. And according to the plan, despite all their awareness, the Nigerian security forces didn't do anything about it. Are you following me this morning? The Nigerian security forces did not do anything. The government did nothing. And they allowed innocent Christians to be massacred. Even though there was security alert, Judge Saw, the executive director of persecuting the Christian, he gave a terror alert. I amplified it on this altar. You would think the government should do anything about it. No, they didn't do anything until that attack happened. Before it started with Kataraba, they bought a church. Now they went to Angwarukupa. Angwarukupa used to be a Christian-dominated area in church, but now Muslims have filled it and they shot at Christians. Unprovoked, the massacre continues. And that same night, while that was happening in Jos Plateau State, in Kagorko, local government in Kaduna State, there was another attack that killed over 12 people. What I want the world to understand is that this is not the last of it. They will still do more. There will be more attacks. There will be more killings. This is not the last of it. I've said this over and over that these people have an agenda of Islamization. This is a function of jihad. And this is not the last of it. They will do more. I've told you, I've told the church. I came on this altar and I pleaded, I sent the message to the fathers of faith, to the churches in Nigeria, that this is the time to carry up our laws and stand to protect the Christians in the north. Many of them saw it, they waved it off. They waved it off. I came here, I pleaded, I said, fathers of faith, this is time to come together. Because they will not stop. It will not stop today, it will not stop tomorrow. It will not stop until a higher degree of forces counters them. And the Nigerian military have become complicit. It is shameful what Nigerian army has become. It is shameful that Nigerian military men that are fighting, they are sacrificing soldiers for their own ambitions. And you hear the Nigerian military referring to Boko Haram terrorists as our brothers, our children, our siblings, our family members. They are our family members. Nigerian military, there was a time military had dignity in this country. Army was well respected all over Africa. But no, not this army now. It has become an NPC military. They have bastardized this military. They have turned it to shambles. They are sacrificing young Nigerian soldiers every day. Can you imagine Nigerian generals coming outside to call terrorists our clients? We are finished. Referring to terrorists as clients and the clients, they could not call them terrorists as they were. Nigerian soldier came out, exposed by a general. Such a shame. Calling terrorists clients. Are you with me? And this is not the last of it. They will still do more. This attack is not the last of it. They will do more. Now, I came on Friday. I made official on Friday. By some information and by divine revelation, I said there will be an attack on Friday, Good Friday. I posted it online. You would think these people should do something to put in mentions to ensure it doesn't happen. No, they didn't do anything. Guess what? There was an attack in Nasarawa State. And over 100 houses were burned and over 20 persons were killed. Christian community, Christians have been persecuted consistently in Nigeria. And the government is just looking for re-election. All Tinubu is thinking of is re-election. And it was such a shame that such a man who called himself the president of Nigeria, and he went to go and visit the people for a condolence visit, but he couldn't go there. He stopped at the airport. And they gave some nonsensical reason by a nonsensical president to a nonsensical media aid. He stopped at the airport and gave some reasons. What is the essence of chopper? The essence of chopper is to carry from point A to point B. If you are visited, they have to bring the bereaved. The victim's family, they have to bring them to come and meet him. And the Plateau State government, incompetent man, they turned into a political rally. They have to print a banner. They printed a banner to welcome President Tinubu. What a joke have we become in this nation? What a joke! That you are going to visit people that have been massacred. They have to print a banner and decorate a hall. You could not go to them. They have to bring them to you at the airport. Such an incompetent man, a man that is not fit to lead anywhere. They have found themselves in a situation where such a man is running the helm of the affair of the nation. That's why the country is draining down continuously. It's capsizing. Economy is capsizing. Security is capsizing. Nothing is working. Are you following me? It is such a shame. And they came out and they gave some reasons. They gave some nonsensical. I went through it and I was angry. I was pissed. I'm sending this message to the world. As many of you that can see it, thank President Trump. If you don't want to help Christians, make them legalize arms for us. We will defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves. Because we have lost faith in military. The military cannot save us. They are compromised. Imagine generals. I will thought the chief of defense and the minister of defense, General Musa, when he became the minister of defense, we said, oh, this man is going to help. The man got there and he became a politician, wearing an APC cap. Such a useless thing to do. I'm disappointed. Wearing an APC cap. Politician. He has become a politician. Terrorists have been pampered daily. Using taxpayers' money to pamper terrorists daily. And every single day, Christians have been killed. Most of you in the South, they don't understand. If you have not been to the North, you will not know. Look at families in Nasarawa being displaced from their home, carrying their load, they are living up. The Fulani are taking over their land. And we are all watching. The church is watching. The church is being politically correct. They are being careful. I want to thank God for the lives of Prophet Elbuba. They have been very ferocious in speaking. I want to thank God for the lives of Dr. Paul Eneche. They have been very ferocious in speaking. I want to thank God for the lives of Reverend Ezekiel Joshua. They have been ferocious in speaking. But now is the time to act. Let them legalize weapon. Make the Nigerian government legalize. Self-defense is a constitutional right. It's a fundamental right. It's a constitutional right. You can't be there. People are coming every now and then to shoot you, to kill you every single moment. How long will this continue? I've said it time and over again. This will not end anytime. If you think Tinubu will do anything about it, you are wasting your time. If you believe Tinubu said that will be the end of it, you are wasting your time. He's a liar. That's what he does. He will not do shit. He will not do anything. He came there to politic. They put in table. They began to welcome him. Such a nonsense. This is the man that is coming to visit the bereaved family. What an insensitive thing to do. No sympathy. No sympathy. I was telling my beloved son here that served in the military. I told him, any day they post you to the northeast, do not resign. Don't let them go and waste you. You have a family. You have a family, you are still young, you can do better in life. Any day, I told him, any day they post you to the northeast, resign from the army. They are not worth dying for. You are fighting for your own people. You are fighting the terrorists. And when they gather the terrorists, they'll be rehabilitating them. They'll say they are rehabilitating them. They'll be using money that they don't pay soldiers. How long will this continue? I want to say again this morning, the church must fight for the government to legalize weapons. Self-defense is a constitutional right. Yesterday, the army caught some men that were, because of the situation in church, some people began to carry cutlass hard, so that before they come and kill you, you to be able to defend yourself. Army began to arrest them. They will not arrest the jihadists. They began to arrest people that are prepared to defend themselves. How long will that end? We will not stop talking. You cannot control us into silence. You will not intimidate us. I am not one of those men of God that collect envelopes. You cannot. I am an apostle of Jesus for this purpose. We will not be here and be slaughtered every day. There is hardly one day you go online, you don't see 20 people, 30 people killed, 50 people. There's hardly one day. There's hardly one day. And do you know, as I get that report of that Friday and it happened, there's another attack that will happen between this week. You think they'll do anything about it the way I'm saying it? No. They'll wait for it to happen. They'll now go for condolence visit. The Plateau State Governor, for years, this has been happening over and over and over. In Bariki Ladi the other time, over 200 people were massacred. In Yalwata in Benue State, over 200 people were massacred.